Greetings, young Padawans, Earthlings. I wanted to make this quick video, guys, just to help you guys with your homework. I know some people reached out to me, they needed help. Maybe you weren't paying attention in class. Maybe you were, who knows. I figured I'll make this real quick. Alright, so disregard my ugly, messy handwriting. This is number 1 from your homework. They want the cubic root of negative 56, x to the 4th, y to the 5th, and z to the 6th. So, cubic root, first and foremost, actually, I'm going to split this up. I'm going to split this up and say the cube root of negative 1 times the cube root of 56. This is a cube root. Times the cube root of x to the 4th, y to the 5th, and z to the 6th. First and foremost, the cube root of negative 1, which we wrote in class, is just negative 1. We're done. All right. Now, the cube root of 56, we're going to break that down. And I believe 56, let's see, it's, I'm going to use 8 times 7. Now, it doesn't matter what you use, we're still going to come out with the same answer. 8 times 7, the 8, I'm going to split it and say 2 times 4. The 4, I'm going to split and say 2 times 2. Okay, now this cubic root, guys, this number on the outside tells me how many pairs I'm getting, or what am I, not my pairs, sorry, correction, how many per group. And so this is a 3, so that tells me that I need to find groups of 3. So I'm going to find my group of 3 here of 2s. And again, if it has a friend, it comes outside. If it has no friend, it stays inside. So therefore, my answer here would be 2 cube root of this 7 that stayed by itself inside. Sir, why did you get a 2? Real simple. I got a group of 3 2s. Only one representative comes outside. All right, that's where that 2 came from. The cubic root of x to the 4th, this is the easy one for me because I'm just going to rewrite the cubic root and say 3. How many times does it go into 4? 1 time. So x and a remainder of 1. So that stays inside. How many times does 3 go into 5? It only goes in there 1 time. And it has a remainder of 2. Right? So again, 3 goes into 5 1 time. And then I need 2 more. So there's a 2 that stayed inside that didn't have friends. How many times does 3 go into 6? 3 goes into 6 2 times. Let me mess that up. How do I go back here? Where's my go back? All right, I guess for now I'll just erase. I'm erasing because I put a y again. So z, 3 goes into 6 twice, so I'll put z squared. And no z stayed inside, so that's it. Now, my final step, I need to combine, let me go into a different color. Let's go into, I wish I had, let's go into white. I need to combine this one, and this one. All of it needs to get combined. Okay, remember that. Whatever's outside of the square root stays outside, or in this case, the cubic root stays outside. Whatever's inside stays inside. This is just a negative 1, so all that means is that negative 1 times 2 on the outside is negative 2. So we're going to start, our final answer here is going to be negative 2. That takes care of those 2. I'm going to bring everything here that's outside down. So I'm going to say x, y, and z to the 2nd power. And the cubic root, so was inside. This 7's inside. And this x and y squared is inside. So x and y squared stay inside. And that is your final answer for this. Again, we split it up so it's easier to do, and then at the very end, just bring it together. I'm going to do one more example. I'm going to do number 3. Let me rewrite number 3. Rewriting number 3, it is the square root of negative 24 x to the 3rd power, y to the 6th power, z to the 8th power. And this is a square root. So you automatically have to know that this is 2. We're going to get groups of 2. So we're going to break it down. So I'll break it down and say this is the square root of -1 times the square root of 24 times the square root of x to the 3rd power, y to the 6th power, and z to the 8th power. Start from left to right. The square root of -1 is I. The square root of 24, let's go ahead and break that down. Let's do it in pink. I'm going to say 4 times 6, 2 times 2, 2 times 3. I'm looking for pairs of 2's. So my pairs of 2 would be these 2. The 2 doesn't have a pair. The 3 doesn't have a pair. Sure, what do? I'll tell you right now. 1 represented comes out. Square root. The 2 doesn't have a pair, and neither does the 3. We multiply them. So therefore here, it would be 2 square root of 6. Because 2 times 3 gives you 6. Moving on to the next one. Back to pink. How many times does 2 go into 3? 1 time. So x with the remainder of 1x inside. How many times does 2 go into 6? 2 goes into 6 3 times. No remainder. How many times does 2 go into 8? 2 goes into 8 4 times. No remainder. So my final step here. I need to combine this, and this. But sir, how do we do this? Very simple. Again, whatever's outside stays outside. Whatever's inside stays inside. So start with a number, 2. I'm going to bring I. There's 2i. We took care of that one already. We took care of this. So now we can go ahead and start whatever's outside over here, which is x, y to the 3rd power, z to the 4th power, square root. I'm going to put the 6 because that's inside, and so is this x inside. Put it together. This is your final answer for this. Once again, look at it, study it, review it, make sure you know it. It's easy to cheat. It's harder to learn this, but at the end, come quiz time, test time, you ain't going to be able to cheat. So, hope this helps, guys.